My name is Yvette Cheeks, and I'm so glad to be here today with you. We are talking about 13 ways to reduce your risk of breast cancer for our realty group here today. Thank you so much for having me, Ms. Robinson.
Thank you for coming out.
All right. So we know that 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime, and that is truly unacceptable. So we want to talk about how we can reduce those risks. One of the ways is to be physically active. Even if you're overweight, you can get up and move more than what you're doing now. Put those sneakers on, go for a walk, park a little further, do whatever you can to be physically active, all right? Those are things we know are good for our heart, but they're also reducing our cancer risk, all right? Because it makes our cells more healthy. And all cancer is abnormal cell growth, and we want that to happen in lesser incidents. All right. Secondly, we want to eat a balanced diet. They talk about eating a colorful plate, including things like antioxidants, dark colored fruits and vegetables, all of those pieces, adding that into our plate. So if you're having something maybe unhealthy for one meal, then definitely go back to your balance for the second meal. It's okay to cheat now and then. We've just got to find that balance, right? Drinking water is important, and hydration is important for our cells to work properly, but we want to drink our water in a glass or a stainless steel bottle. Decrease your use of styrofoam, plastics, and other paper cups. They have chemicals in them to create them, and so we're getting more exposure to those things. So you want to decrease your exposure to chemicals. So get you a glass container with your metal straw, and can carry that with you and pour your drinks into that. All right. We want to, of course, avoid tobacco use, whatever form of nicotine or tobacco that you may be subscribing, and don't let the children and others smoke, be exposed to that secondhand smoke. If you have a smoker in your family, politely ask them to smoke outdoors in a well-ventilated area. If you are a smoker, if at all possible, if you can work towards decreasing the amount that you smoke, that's a good goal to have, all right? We want to limit our alcohol. Alcohol itself is not bad in moderation, but we definitely don't want to overdo our alcohol use. If you are getting pulled over for a DUI, if you are losing work time, if you miss family events because you slept away, then these are signs that you are having an alcohol issue and need to limit that amount. All right? We want to use non-toxic household cleaners. Go back to grandma's way. Lemon, vinegar. What can you make? Look for non-toxic elements and very basic elements without a lot of words that you can't pronounce on the bottle. All right? We want to decrease the amount of lotion, potions, and makeup that we use. At least give your skin a break. Don't wear makeup every day. All right? The same thing with things like our nail polish. All right? Give your skin a break, your nails a break. They also absorb chemicals as well. So maybe you would go, one time I'm doing color and the next time I'm not going to do anything but buff. All right? So we want to decrease those exposures. Look for makeup that has non-toxic chemicals. All right? You want to avoid clothes that need dry cleaning. Dry cleaning exposes us to chemicals. So if you're going to wear something that needs dry cleaning, when you bring them home, don't take them into the closet. Take the plastic off, let them air out like on the porch, and let those chemicals disperse in the air before you take them into your closets, okay? So wearing more natural clothing and natural fabrics. When you cook, you want to switch to more stainless steel or cast iron. And if you're using the microwave, you should microwave in glass or ceramic. You should not be microwaving in that styrofoam container you picked up or the plastic and all of those things. You're leaching chemicals into your food. All right? So again, what are we trying to do? We're trying to reduce our exposure to chemicals. All right? About 50% of the reasons people get breast cancer are unknown. We don't even know why. So we want to avoid the things that we know are issues, and these are 40% is environmental. Sometimes your occupational exposure can be high. For example, our hairstylists. Are you wearing gloves? Are you masking? Do you have good ventilation in your area? your exposure day after day to chemicals like this can be harmful, and the rate of breast cancer in our hairstylists is very high. Okay? There's also a 10% genetic factor, so knowing your genetic risk, having your BRCA test if you've got a family history, getting those genetic testing that can help you know how to manage your risk. Even rethinking some of the things we do, for example, when our girls are going through puberty, how young are you having them use deodorant? Are there some other choices that we make and do? Are we looking with something organic or more natural? Are there some possibilities of things that we can do to decrease their risk? We've all heard about the Johnson & Johnson baby powder scare. So we want to try and limit, even with new things, how we bring these things into our household and put them on our bodies without thinking. For example, you purchase something on eBay or Etsy or whatever site you've purchased it from. Did you wash it or air it out in advance, or just put that chemical that they made it on, they printed on, onto your body? All right? So of course the biggest risk for breast cancer is being female. Although males can get breast cancer, their incidence is much lower and very rare. All right? Like I said, half of the reasons people get breast cancer, we don't know the answers to yet. So we want to think about what we may need to consider. It may be exposures in our jewelry or something else that you're putting on your body. Have we thought about what behaviors we are carrying out and what our bodies are being exposed to? So we want to practice precaution. If you're not sure of something, if you're in doubt, then cut it out of your life. Okay? We want to decrease the amount of breast cancer. We want people to get diagnosed earlier. And I want to remind you that there are organizations that give free mammograms. There are many people, even suburban people, that don't have insurance and are in that in-between situations. The Rose is one of our local centers. And those of you who are insured, if you go to the Rose, for each mammogram you have, they donate one to someone that is unable to pay. So you're doing good while you're getting your mammogram. So they not only pay for the mammogram for people that are low income, but they also give them a gas stipend so they can come. So this is very helpful. There also are federal programs that will, if you're low income, 200% below the poverty level, like someone that's unemployed temporarily and it's time for your mammogram, we want them to not go without getting that screening. And that program will also, if they get diagnosed while on that program, will pay for their treatment. Because this is very important, that we want people to get treated earlier and younger, so they can't say, you know, it's end stage. It's so many times with our minorities, especially, by the time we're diagnosed, it's a tragedy. And we don't want that. You can recover. My mother is a 35-year breast cancer survivor. You can make it through these things. I have a church member that's 11 years out and has not had reoccurrence. So the earlier we get diagnosed, we know the better the outcomes are. So I'm so glad that you brought me today.
Thank you so much for coming. This information has been very valuable, and I really appreciate you coming out today.
I think it's great that you're offering this to your community, and you guys come out and look at this neighborhood. This is a wonderful, beautiful location to settle in. I love this community.
Thank you so much, Ms. Cheeks. This has been very, very informative. Thank you.
Thank you.